Good evening, my brothers. I hope y'all are doing well. I know I am after that 33-17 shellacking of the Cleveland Browns. Man, I total team game, man. This was shout out. I need to apologize to Tyler Guyton. I was not impressed with the pick back in April. I voiced my displeasure with it. Myles Garrett got home one time, but overall, Tyler Guyton, for his first game against Myles Garrett, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, he did extremely well. I apologize, Tyler. You are fit for this league. I hope you do. I hope you can replicate Tyron Smith's career. I hope you can surpass it. Hell of a game, son. You did a great job. I apologize. Right out the gate, I need to just apologize. For him to have that type of performance against Myles Garrett is commendable. Mike Zimmer, I need to apologize to you. This defense has not skipped a beat. And you are utilizing Micah Parsons in a multitude of ways that the previous administration, I called it administration, the previous defensive coordinator, I'm not going to name his name because he's with the Redskins now, but you have, just in one game, you've shown us the versatility of Micah Parsons. This defense was absolutely outstanding. Now, I have to throw this out there just to be fair. Cleveland was missing two of their tackles. I believe their left and right tackle. Their starting tackles. And then you got Deshaun Watson out there, who hasn't been the same since, that scandal came out. Ever since we heard about him liking getting massages and shit like that, he hasn't been the same since. So, I mean, you got a guy who's a shell of his former self, and you got, two missing tackles, but the defense was still outstanding. We kept Amari Cooper in check. Oh, and also Nick Chubb, their star running back, he's still recovering from that week 2 injury last season, so they didn't have him either. But we held Amari Cooper in check. Njoku, the tight end, we held him in check. He actually left the game early because he got hurt. We held that offense in check. Eric Kendricks got a pick. Trayvon Diggs got a pick. Oh, man, this defense, when you see Trayvon coming back and getting picks, he almost had a second one too. Man, it's just a sight to see. He was gone for, he injured himself, I said injured himself. He hurt himself during the Cardinals week last year. And we haven't seen him since until today. And man, he was phenomenal. And I will say this, Deshaun Watson, he avoided throwing his way most of the time, Trayvon Diggs' way. And it was good to see Trayvon Diggs come up with a pick. That's good for his confidence. That's good for everybody's confidence, especially the defense, to see Trayvon Diggs get that. Eric Kendricks played well. The linebacker from the Los Angeles Chargers who chose to come to Dallas because Mike Zimmer is our defensive coordinator, and he has history with Mike Zimmer. He chose us. He had a great game today. DeMarvion Overshown, the third rounder from Texas. Hook 'em, baby. The third rounder from Texas. He got hurt last year in training camp. He was out for the year. He looked good today as well. Of course, Micah is Micah. Micah, man. The defense had 6 total sacks on Deshaun Watson today. 6 sacks, 2 picks. The defense was outstanding. Micah Parsons man, this dude is like, he's a fucking demon, dog. He's a demon, man. This dude his motor is constant. He's always on the go, man. Man, I can drink an energy drink. I can drink pre-workout and don't even come close to the energy that man emits. Micah Parsons is a fucking stud, man. And He wasn't up for a contract this time, but I'm sure the Jones family are going to take care of him as soon as they can. They're going to take care of him. Speaking of taking care of people, we took care of Dak Prescott today. Y'all saw the video I put out today. And it came out to a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of brothers, a lot of fans out here were not a fan. A lot of people are saying we overpaid for him. And we did. $60 million a year. God damn. He is the highest paid player in the NFL right now. Highest paid. 60 million. That's a tall order, dog. But he would have cost a lot more money had we let him go into free agency. A lot more money. And brothers, I've softened my stance on Dak Prescott. Y'all know I was not a huge fan of Dak Prescott for many years. I was considered his number one hater. But after seeing what I saw last year, he should have won the MVP last year. Seeing him just take that leap last year, I understand the Green Bay Packers game in the playoffs. I know he was a no-show. But throughout that season last season, man, he was fucking brilliant. He was brilliant. And listening to Jerry Jones, I understand, I get his reasoning. So I know I'm going to have a lot of Cowboys fans saying like, and of course you're going to have people calling me a flip-flopper. Listen, it's been years. We've been dealing with this for years. Sometimes you got to change your mind. You got to change the way you see things when you receive new information. You can't just keep beating the same damn drum. My thoughts on Dak Prescott have evolved. Was it too much money? Yes. But would I rather pay him right now? Yes. And listening to Jerry Jones, he doesn't want to rebuild right now. Rebuilding, brothers, I really want y'all to understand rebuilding takes a lot of time. I know y'all have seen some rebuilds where like the Eagles, you've seen other teams do soft rebuilds. They've got lucky. They got lucky. Not every rebuild, most rebuilds, you can't rebuild in 1 to 2 years. It's not that quick. And we're not even guaranteed that the process is going to work. What Jerry Jones is banking on is, hey, Dak Prescott, he took a leap last year. He's going to continue on taking leaps. The mental aspect of the game is coming to him. It's so much easier for him now. He's seen everything now. I paid his number one weapon in CeeDee Lamb. We got a hell of a defense. We could break one, get lucky, and finally get to that championship game and that Super Bowl. That's his reasoning, and I understand it, and I agree with it. At first, I wanted to scorch earth, get rid of everybody, start anew. I've changed my way on that. I've changed my thinking on that. I don't think that's the way to go now. At the end of the day, I get that we've had some playoff-like defeats that were just heartbreaking. We're still knocking on the door, man. How many teams do you know went 12-5 3 straight years? Do you really want to be back in QB purgatory? Dog, if y'all remember the Quincy Carter days, the Chad Hutchinson days before we got Tony Romo, do y'all really want to go through that shit again? Dog, I'm old enough to remember those days, and they were dark days indeed. We had Drew Bledsoe up in here. It was just, man, I don't want to relive that shit. And if we let Dak Prescott go, a lot of people say, I'd rather go through that and rebuild and get a new quarterback through the draft. I don't know, dog. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? I don't know if I could walk that walk again, man. Those were dark days in Dallas history. I don't want to relive them anytime soon. I'm just being real, dog. I don't want to relive that shit. So I've changed my stance. I think it was a good thing that we paid Dak. I'm glad we got him sewn up for another 4 years. We got CeeDee Lamb sewn up. We got the foundation here. And if injuries, if injuries go our way, you got to be lucky too. You got to be good and lucky. You never know. The Niners may have an injury. These teams competing for a spot in the playoffs and on the NFC side could have an injury. things break our way and we can finally get over the hump. So let's just see how things play out. Now, I know a lot of people are saying we're not going to do shit in the next 4 years, and that could be true. But hey, at least we got a shot, right? And speaking of Dak Prescott, he was good and efficient when he needed to be. When he needed to be good, because we didn't really need much from the offense because the defense was lights out. And Kevontae Turpin returned a 60-yard touchdown, returned a punt for a touchdown for 60 yards. So the offense didn't have to do much today. It was just like last season against the Giants. He didn't really have to do much. And so Dak was good when he needed to be. The run game, can't really say much about the run game because Cleveland was out of it for the majority of the game, and we were trying to milk the clock most of the time by running the football. And Cleveland, of course, sold out to stop the run. So we can't really judge the run game. But there were a couple of times where Zeke still looks like he got some juice, man. Zeke still looks pretty decent. He looks good. Catching passes out the backfield. Still got some spring in his step. Of course, pass protection. He's really good at that. There were a couple of flashes here and there. I'm like, okay, Zeke, I see you old as hell, but you still got something. You still got it, you know? Rico Dowdle, that's a nice 1-2 punch. Hunter Lipke, he had a nice catch for like a first down today. We can implement him in our game plan. I'm excited to see Dalvin Cook's debut whenever that is. I'm sure because they got him on the practice squad. I'm sure they're going to activate him sometime sooner or later. They just want to get him acclimated to the playbook and all of that stuff. CeeDee Lamb, of course, looked good. Man, it was just Brandon Cooks got that touchdown. Dak Prescott had like an all-out blitz coming at him. He had to think quick, and he's just like, boom. He was amazing against the blitz. Brothers, this was an all-out victory. This was great on all sides. Can't complain. We did what we needed to do. We went on the road, and we beat a good team. Because they won 11 games last year. Cleveland did. They won 11 games. They made it to the playoffs, and we went in their building and beat them. This was an impressive win. I don't want to hear nobody trying to discredit this win. This was a great win for us. Next week, we got the Saints. I think they scored 47 or 48 points against the Carolina Panthers today. Sweet Jesus, dog. Sweet Jesus, man. Man, Carolina looks like they're the armpit of the NFL now. Damn. Oh, that's bad, man. When you let the Saints score 47-48 on you, on opening weekend, dog, man. But yeah, we got to prepare for the Saints next week. And then after that, we got those Baltimore Ravens, man. And I know they were defeated handily by the Chiefs, but we're not the Chiefs. So we need to prepare for them too. Brothers, like I said, all around great win. Again, I'd like to apologize to Tyler Guyton. I like to acknowledge Mike Zimmer and his game plan, his scheme. It looks fucking fantastic. Our free agent linebacker, Eric Kendricks, he looks really damn good. Let's just build on this. Let's not take our foot off the gas. Last year, we looked incredibly impressive in the first 2 games, and then we laid a fucking egg against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't want us doing that shit again. Keep your foot on the goddamn gas. Keep your foot on the gas. But, brothers, I'm going to let y'all enjoy y'all fucking evening. Cowboys get the dub. Woo, man. My Texas Longhorns get the dub. And my Cowboys get the dub. Great fucking weekend. All right, my brothers. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.